Hi guys, I am Friday Street. Guys, welcome to my desk where I actually analyze the market for you every day. Guys, today I'm actually going to be discussing about GBPUSD. What will be happening in the market today? Guys, today I am going to be doing a top-down analysis about GBPUSD. I come up here every day, I analyze the chart for you, I tell you what is happening, and you see it deliver. You see the market deliver to the RS completely with precision. Guys, I am on YouTube. This is my YouTube channel. This is just a free course I actually do. It's a free program I actually do. I offer an inner circle where I will give you an in-depth analysis of what the market is actually doing. So today I'm actually going to be doing a top-down analysis of GBPUSD. After this, I think after this, if I have the time, I'll actually do that of Bitcoin too. But for now, I'm doing GBPUSD. So I recall that some time ago I actually did a class and I marked up some certain regions, points, and I told you that the market will be coming to those points, and you see the market deliver to those points. That's precision. This is something that actually took me years to actually come to perfection. Not that I'm perfect anyway, but then to some extent I'm able to predict the market based on certain logics, based on certain considerations, and a lot of other factors that one will have to put in place, experience and all that. So this is the daily charts. This class is actually going to be a charts class, and I'm also going to do a motivational class for this. Briefly, I'm going to tell you some things about me, some experience that I've actually had in the financial market when I was actually starting up, and a lot of things, and what actually motivated me going into this, and what it's a motivation anyway. It's going to be a motivational class that I'm going to analyze this market. I'm also going to do a psychology class for you. So guys, if you like this video, if you like what I'm actually doing here, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification button, like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Friday Streets, where if I post a new video, you actually be one of the first person to see it. So guys, let's go into the chart briefly. But then before I go into the chart, I'm going to do a psychological class. This class is going to be more of psychology, your trading psychology. I'm going to troubleshoot your trading psychology today. I'm going to look at your emotion, what actually makes you fail as a trader, not just as a trader alone, in any other thing, any other field that you actually choose to do, any other thing that you actually choose that you think is something you can do for a living, you can do for your life. So this is a daily chart. This is a daily chart on GBPUSD. If you actually look at the daily chart, you see that the daily chart is showing you that the market is going downward, that the trend of the market is downward already. You understand? So this is a top-down analysis. So coming to this place, since I've actually known that the trend of the market is downward, what do? I will mark out some of the major key levels. After marking these key levels, I am not a long-term trader. I'm just a day trader who actually trades on a lower time frame. I do my analysis mostly, like I've seen the daily, I know that the trend is downward. So any other thing I'm doing today, I should be looking at getting opportunity downwards. I don't look for opportunity upwards again. So my daily time frame is is a bearish one. It's on the downward. Guys, subscribe to my channel. I also offer an inner circle where I actually hold your hand and teach you what is happening in the market. I have an inner circle. I'm going to be dropping the link to my inner circle down. You click on the link and you'll be able to actually follow me up. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame is also showing you that the market is going down, that the trend of the 4-hour time frame is downward. Because you don't just jump into this market. It's like this in anything you are doing. You don't just jump into. There are some things, there are steps which you have to follow as a professional trader. Those steps, you don't miss them. You don't go contrary to those steps. You follow them constructively. Follow them based on certain records, certain data that you have actually obtained in the past. Use those data to use the data you have to predict the future, the result of the markets. That's what we do here. As a professional trader, you don't just jump in. It is like that in life. Now let's go to the psychological aspect of your trader. I want to tell you some reasons. Today I will be telling you some reasons why you fail as a trader. Those reasons why you actually look at the market and you come and you say, this is not something I can actually do. It is yourself. Because this market is the most difficult thing, and is the most easiest thing too. What do I mean by this? It is easier to make money here in the market, in the financial market, but it is very difficult to begin to make that money. That is, it is easier to lose money here. It is very easy to make money. But the thing is that the market itself is a teacher. This market, the financial market, is a teacher. It's one of the best, one of the thing that will humble you. Because why it will humble you is that you risk your money, and when you lose your money, you feel like you are a failure. You feel that you have actually failed. You are not succeeding in what you actually want to do. Like me personally, the kind of experience that the kind of money I've actually lost in this market when I was struggling with the market, because I learned some of the things in this market. I learned them through self-taught. I had no mentor. The only people that I was looking up to are the people I was seeing on YouTube and on Bloomberg, on Wall Street. People I was seeing, those ones are successful traders already. They may not tell you their real story. They may not tell you the experience they actually had. But then me, as a trader, I had a challenge. I was like, I would look at some guys that like Cubans. I look at Cubans and I see the kind of luxurious life he was actually living. I look at Swaggy C. I see some of these guys. You see guys in their 20s, and you see the kind of influence that they actually have. And these are the things that I actually want to. I look up to them. I say, when I begin to ask myself, what are these people doing differently that I am not doing? What are they doing differently? I need to study these people. I need to study their secret to find out what these guys are doing, so that me too, I can do those things and be successful like them. I try to put myself in their shoes. Each time I watch them on YouTube, you see a young guy pull up in a Lambo and all that. You see that somebody is successful, and you see that this person, you come in physically, you are more stronger than this person. Mentally, the person, you may not even be more mentally rich than the person, but you see that this person is succeeding. The point I will come to the markets, I invest my money, I put my money into it, I will lose that money. When I lose that money, I feel like my whole world, that I am a failure to some extent. I sat myself down, I begin to ask myself, when will I succeed in this thing? Then if I don't do this thing, what else will I do? If I don't succeed in this, what will I do again? Because I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to do hard things before I make money. And those guys are actually succeeding. Those guys were not doing hard things. It was just their memory. It was just their brain, their mental resources that they were using to succeed. So I was like, Friday, why is it that these people are succeeding in this and we're not succeeding in what we are doing? So I began to ask myself certain questions, and I was like, I need to do something. I need to concentrate. And most of the times, if I listen to their story, when they tell you, when they come to the Wall Street, when they are being interviewed by certain financial journalists and all that, you see that their story is not the same. It's not just something different. It's a normal thing that we pass through. Some of us have even suffered more than they have done. So at a point, I begin to ask myself, I say, why is it that I will invest my money? I will invest my hard-earned money. You know what it is now to get $1,000, to get $2,000 and put it in the market and you lose it. This is something that in Africa, I come from Africa, I'm from Nigeria. I come from this part of the world where most of the society is actually against you. every other person doesn't even understand what you are doing. People are seeing you, if you are not succeeding, people are seeing you as a failure. What is this person? And we our people are so timid here that most of the times, if they don't see you have a physical business that we are doing, they actually look at you from that angle, that, well, this person, why is this person doing that? This person is also coming from that kind of environment. You see that even the society is not friendly to you and all that. So I ask myself, and this kind of the financial market is something that will humble you. Believe me, I'm telling you my own experience. I'm telling you from my own perspective what I've actually passed through as a trader. But the thing is that the more you have these challenges as a trader, the more you look at people who have actually succeeded in the market, and you begin to ask yourself, I said, why is it that I'm not succeeding? What is it that these people are doing differently that I'm not doing? I need to ask myself, and to some extent. But the truth in the financial market, in anything, even not finance, anything that you do, the more you put energy in it, the longer you stay in it, the more conversant you become with that thing. It's like that, everything. It's like, for instance, let me give you an example. If you come to a door, if you come to a wall, you hit the wall the first time, you hit the wall. You see that you may not be seeing the impact of that first hit, but you don't know that even the first hit that you hit on the wall had an impact. Probably you want to break the wall, but to you as a person, you only understand that it is the last time that you hit the wall that broke that wall. You may not know that even the first time that you hit the wall had impact on it. So what am I saying in essence? What I'm actually trying to build up in this context is that you keep, is persistence. Persistence is the key to succeeding in this market. Even anything that you do, you have to be persistent in it. You have to concentrate. As a trader, you there are some things I do, and some of my friends are like, Friday, when do you know this? When do you know? Now that we've like, I have a tech prototype where I intend to go into artificial intelligence. I am a software developer by profession. I code from a high end. That was where I actually started. If you go to nqf5.com, I have a store there. I am one of the best traders. I have one of the best stores from Africa there, where I sell robots. I have about 11 AIs, robots. I coded myself, that people are renting from me, from Africa, coming from this background. You see that somebody from this, you can do anything from anywhere. You can be anything irrespective of where you are actually coming from. You understand me? I have a store. You know what it means that nqf5.com has actually accepted you as a trader, as a developer, and they say develop and sell here. You know what you must have passed through, the verification and all that. You must prove. This is not something that you give bribe or anything. It's a physical thing that you come and show your work. Come and show come and spill your content, what you have upstairs. Come and show it. Then they will accept you as a professional developer. I have a store that is very robust in that place. You understand what it takes mentally to be at that particular plane. But the issue is that as you elevate in life, you meet more people who probably have actually advanced more than that particular level you get. I've seen people succeeding. I've seen traders actually come up and show you a result. They even show you the withdrawal and all that. You see that those guys are actually. So you see that somebody will pop up and you see that somebody is making up to $100,000, $50,000 per hour. You see that this is beyond this. This is beyond the salary of a lawyer, a medical doctor, anything you can be. You see that somebody is making your monthly salary in an hour. That is another level of human advancement. So for you to actually make the salary of a medical doctor, the monthly salary of a medical doctor, you make it in an hour. What it actually implies is that you go beyond boundaries. You give it your time, you dedicate your time in it. Like this thing, like when I was actually starting up, to learn, I will be backtesting, I will be running backtesting, I will develop a strategy, and in the end you see that this strategy will fail you, and you run, you say this one is not working, you go to another thing, begin to go, you start again, start all over again, and begin to study another strategy. The issue is that at a point, it was when I begin to have to witness real success in the financial market, was when I realized that my problem is myself. I am actually fighting, because this is a fight between you and yourself, your own emotions, your own self. You are fighting your own self. So for you to succeed in this market is at that point when you have actually conquered yourself. When you have conquered yourself and realize that I have to suppress myself in order to succeed in the market, because it is your emotion that you are fighting with. So at that particular point, it's when I begin to succeed in the market, was when I realized that I need to fight myself and succeed myself. That is your emotion. That is the level, that is the climax of this whole thing. That is when you begin to succeed in the market. Mike Murdoch once said that it is the future that you actually picture that you can feature. What do I mean in this context? It is the future that you actually see yourself being. What you actually see yourself being in future that you actually work on and you become that thing. Taking myself as a model, I have many of my associates, many of my friends that are into this game. Most of where we end up is they end up at Wall Street in New York, in the stock market. A lot of people are now moving to Dubai, where you actually meet young entrepreneurs and all that. You interact with them and you're able to link up with them and know what is happening and advance yourself beyond what you're actually doing. Because it is there that you see people and you understand that you have not started. These people have gone beyond what you think that you even know. They have actually gone beyond that, and you'll be challenged. You'll be forced to queue in. That is the destination of most of the entrepreneurs. So when I see young guys in there that I'm older than, I see them doing. I see somebody pop up, you see somebody coming up, you see somebody spending $1 million and the person is not even feeling it. The person is telling you that is just small money. That's a fraction of that. In 10 days, the person he makes $1 million. See that the little one you are getting, you will understand that you are useless at that particular plane. So it is what you actually look on to becoming that you actually become. Those are the stimuli. Those were the internal stimuli that were running inside me. That was the chemistry moving inside me then that motivated me. At a point I will fail. At a point I will do it. It will seem as if it is not working, because I was actually doing the wrong thing. I was actually not doing what I was supposed to do as a professional trader. And coming from the fact that I had no mentor, I had no physical mentor, I had nobody that would sit me down and say, Friday, this is what you are supposed to do at a particular time. Those are the macros. Just like now that some of you have me as a mentor, some of you have me as somebody you look onto. I had none. It was just me and myself fighting myself at that particular point. But if you have a mentor, like I am mentoring many of you now, I have students in a lot of countries. I am from Nigeria. Just coming from this angle, you see somebody from me, I actually come from a very, very poor background. But I look at myself and say, no, this poverty will end in my own time. And it is what I'm actually fighting to eradicate, to put it into extension, not to advance it to some extent, so that that level of poverty will be reduced. It was just me, only me. I had no mentor. I had nobody to talk to. When I feel burdened, when I feel that the whole world has left me, when I felt that the whole thing that I've actually failed, I had nobody. Unlike me now, that I'm your mentor. I am holding your hands. I am teaching you. How much are you paying me? Some of you just paid me $1,000. It is bullshit. It is nothing compared to what I'm actually doing for some of you. You know the mental resources that it takes out of me to sit down and do some of these things. To sit down and talk to you like this. To hold your hand and tell you this is what you are doing. This is what you are doing. At a point, I had a student in Latvia, in Europe. His name is Edgar. Edgar, most of the times, if I give Edgar correction, I tell him, Edgar, this thing you are doing like this, it is not the right way to do it. At a point, Edgar will get annoyed with me. Say, Friday, I'm shouting at him. No, it is not shouting. If I don't do it that way, you will not learn it. You should understand that I have a stake in you now. If you had known the market, you won't come to me and pay me a whopping. He paid me $2,500 for a mentorship class. If you are an expert, you can't come to me, and if you know what the market is saying, you can't come to me and pay me $2,500 to mentor you. You can't. So for the fact that you paid for it, you see me as somebody you entrust. You entrust that level that you want to learn, and you entrusted it on me, and you want to be like me. You have to listen to me. So at a point, I made him to understand that my decision, as far as he is still learning under me, he has to take my decision. He had to understand that my decision should be what he will always do. That he doesn't do outside. He doesn't go outside that jurisdiction. At the immediate, he was seeing it as if I was treating him. I was very, very rough on him. I wasn't rough on him intentionally, but I saw it that if I am not hardened like that to some of my students, some of them will not learn. And you understand what it means that you count your $2,500 and give me to mentor you for 4 months. If you don't get if you do my course and you finish it for the 4 months, I didn't get it, you walk out of my class. Or I put you in my Discord. I put you in my Discord where those who are there are my students that have actually passed out, that are more advanced. So at a point, Edgar was very, very furious with me. He was seeing me at a point he wasn't even coming to my class again. One day he called me and said, Friday, I want to dash you money. I want to appreciate you. I said, why Edgar, you that sees me as your enemy, you want to dash me money? He says he want to dash me money. I said, send my wallet address to him. I sent my wallet address. He sent $400 to me. I said, Friday, take $400. It's for you. I said, why are you giving me $400? He said, it is now that he has actually realized that what I was doing it for him. I asked him, why do you say so? He said he went and joined another mentor. He started another mentorship class with another person, and he realized that what I was teaching him was more superior, that it was the secret of the market that I was actually showing to him. But the problem was him. He was saying me as if I am doing it too. I was becoming too hard on him. But that wasn't the situation. The reality then was that I wanted him to learn. So for him to learn, I have to show him how to do it. I never wanted him to pass through those burdens, that level of decadence that I actually went through, that level of failure that I went through to before I became successful. Because before I started even understanding what the chart is saying, I passed through a lot. I had no mentor. I had nobody to hold my hand. I only had people who were successful that I will go and watch them on YouTube, watch them on Bloomberg, watch them on Wall Street, talk about finance. You see young guys talking about global finance. And I was trying to put myself in their shoes. The reality was that in as much as I was trying to put them in my shoes, I had no access to the resources they had access to. Probably they had a mentor, Probably they had other things within them that helped them. My own case was just different. Unlike now that you have access to me, you chat me up, you go to my private my mentorship WhatsApp group, you go to my Discord, you go to my Telegram, you chat me up, you present your issues there, and I'm there to attend to you, to explain certain things to you. I had nobody. It was just me and myself. So the financial market is very, very simple. One of my friends will describe it, say it is the hardest way to make the easiest money. You understand what it means? That you wake up in the morning and you are with your phone and you get $400, you get $300, you get $1,000, you get $2,000 per day, some hours. See that life will be very, very easy for you. Like me now, I can go to any place now, I can live anywhere. I don't spend my money on things. Whenever I have burdens, whenever I have issues to sort out, what I do is just to open my laptop, go to the chat. The chat now is like a prayer. And you understand what it means, that you have attained that level of discussion, that level in life where you actually talk and people see your talk as the ultimate. People understand that you have a final say in a particular, you have a stake in a particular field. It means you have actually attained a particular level of advancement. You have actually defined yourself in that field. Just imagine somebody like me who comes from a very, very timid place in Africa. I come from Nigeria. And many people, I have students all over. I have students in UK. I have like 20-something students in UK. I have like 6 students in Jamaica. I have students in Australia. I have students in Germany. I have students in many parts of the world. People are coming to extract knowledge from me. Somebody who comes from a low level, a timid society, a third world country. I am from Nigeria. Nothing works here. The society is a complete decadence. But you see me, people coming all over to tap from my wealth of knowledge. It is because I've actually seen myself. I want to be like, not that I've actually gone to where I want to be. By the end of the year, I should be in Dubai. By the end of the year, I should be in Dubai. I'll be with some of my millionaire friends who are millionaires in dollars. Those guys are rich already. Those guys are advanced already. Get it? They are advanced. They are all bigger than me. They have attained a certain level of advancement. So me working close to them is an avenue for me to sit down and tap from their wealth of knowledge, from their experience, from their success, to listen to their success stories. Even though some of them I know them, we were all here before some of them left here. But that doesn't stop me from advancing, because as I'm seeing them at that level, I understand that they are more advanced than me. Even many of them, I know these charts more than them, but they have the money already. They have the money already. They have succeeded already. So I will sit with them, interact with them, tap from their knowledge. If I have something they will learn from. This chart, I am more better. I am more of a technical analyst, more than them, more than many of them.
What is happening?
But then the point is that I actually took our time to study this. Actually took our time to learn this. It took me years.
Hola.
Some of you are not even willing to give it 1 year. Some of you are not willing to dedicate your time to learning this. You don't want it. You just want something that will actually come like a wind and go. That doesn't have longevity. That doesn't have elasticity. That doesn't last. Just want things faster. Done faster. If you want those things, you better walk out of my class. If it is those things you actually want, I don't offer that kind of service. What we do here is hard work. We give this ourselves, our time. We give this our time, and we want people to succeed. That is why we are doing what we are doing. So guys, let's go to the charts, and I think I'm done with the psychology class. It's left for you. If you actually want to learn this, then you give it your time and you succeed in this. This is very, very simple. To me, it is very, very simple, because I've known the secret of the market. I've known how the algorithm that books the financial market, how it books the market, and I'm willing to teach it to you. I'm willing to hold your hand and show you what is happening in the financial market. If you like what I am doing, give this video a thumbs up so that it will help the YouTube algorithm to separate, to visualize the video, so that more people will see it, and we intend to help each other to grow. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Fridays Trades. I also have a mentorship class. I'm going to drop my Discord link. I'm going to drop my WhatsApp link below this video. I'll drop my WhatsApp number below this video. If you want to be part of my mentorship class, where I hold your hand and teach you everything that is happening in the market, you chat me on WhatsApp and I put you in the inner circle. So let's go to the chart. This is a 4-hour time frame. You understand that our buyers, what we actually use the higher time frame to do is to know the direction of the market. That is directional bias, to know what the market will do, and it helps us to know the time, because there are two principles. There are two principles in the market: time and price. The time that the markets will book the macros and the micros, the time that they will book, and the price at which they will book on. These two things matters a lot. This is the higher time frame. What I started from, I recall that I told you I'm going to be doing a top-down analysis from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame. This is the daily time frame, and from the daily I told you that the direction of the market is bearish. From daily I came down to 4 hours time frame. So 4 hours is still telling you that the direction of the market is downward. This is GBPUSD. After doing this, I'm going to be analyzing Bitcoin too for you to go with it. Now I'm coming down to 1 hour, and let me take it down to 1 hour so that we actually know where. If you see that, if you look at 1 hour, there is what we call a breaker. The direction of the market is downward, like I told you earlier, that GBPUSD will be going downward. You don't just jump into this market. You analyze the market based on certain principles, certain logics, what we do is to use previous results to predict future results. That is what we do in the financial market. So coming down to this particular place, you see that this was just an order block. This order block, we had a breaker here. When the market broke this particular place, hold on. When the market broke this particular place, this is a manipulation. There is what we call power of 3. Power of 3, we call it AMI. Power of 3, which is accumulation. When the market is accumulating, the market is creating liquidity. There are only two things that the market makers do in the financial market. It's either they are creating liquidity or they are liquidating the ones they have actually created already. Because they can't dip their hands into your pocket to collect your money. This is a very, very high level logic. It's only for those who understand, those who have the mental capacity to carry this. It is not for the boys. So coming down to this particular place, you see that they created liquidity here. This was liquidity, and this was liquidity. So as a professional trader, what do? You don't go with the trend. You don't go with the trend. What you do is to follow the direction of the trend. You allow the market maker to define themselves, tell you where they are going. You follow their footprint. That is what I'm teaching you, so that you understand the footprint of the market makers, so that you understand the direction, what the market maker is doing at a particular point. so that you won't fall victim to them, to their activities. Because it is when they manipulate you, they take you out of stop loss, that they collect your money. So coming down, I have liquidity. I have liquidity on both sides, both on both sides of the market. What happens? For instance, let me show you. Let me use a very logical. Let me use a simple and a very logical. Let me use a very simple and a very logical example to analyze this. You see that you have liquidity here. You have liquidity in this particular place. When you have liquidity on both sides, what will happen? You allow the market maker to define their direction. That is what we call directional bias. Now, coming to this place, you have liquidity. The market will hit here. Once the market manipulated at this particular point, once the market maker manipulated the market at this particular point, you know that they have shaken the market from both sides. They shake the market from here. Hold on. They shake the market from both sides. They shake the market from here. They manipulated this liquidity. They shake the market from here. So you have what to deal with. You have here to deal with. But what you do mostly as a trader is to know the direction that they move. They manipulated the market first. The direction that they manipulated the market first is the major thing. So now that they have manipulated the market downward, you know that the overall direction of the market is down. And going by the fact that we analyzed the daily time frame and told you that the direction of the market, we had a directional bias then, and we told you that the direction of the market is downward. So coming down to 4 hours showed you that the market is downward. So you know that the overall of the market is still downward. Anything you are doing should be down. So coming down to this particular point, you see that they have actually shown you their footprint. They have shown you from here, this side, that they manipulated the market force. They are telling you that they are going downward, but they have liquidity on the other side too. So they will go for the liquidity. That was where the market started going, created this block, came down to this block, and then returned to this block, built up liquidity again. They built up liquidity here and built up liquidity here. You recall that I told you that the market makers do only two things. It's either they are creating liquidity or they are manipulating the liquidity that they have created already. So now that they have actually manipulated the market from this area, you have this. They have manipulated. You see that they are taking out on this side. So what do? You now enter. Not that you enter the market blindly. You don't go into the market blindly. What you do is to allow them to mitigate. So this is the 1 hour time frame. So we are doing a top down analysis. So let's take the market down to 15 minutes. Now this becomes a breaker. What do you do? Now that you have a breaker here, you have liquidity, and the market has actually manipulated. They are going down. They are building up liquidity. They are telling you that they will have to manipulate this. They have to clear these people out of stop loss. Now they have liquidated these people. So now this now comes to the concept of trading range. The range at which you are actually trading. The range at which the market created a new range. Where did the market manipulated from? This market broke this structure, this double bottom that you have here. The market wanted to go up and they failed. They broke it down. If you look at volume, you see that volume is increasing on the side of the sellers. The sellers, there are more sellers in the market more than buyers. It is adding to what you actually have in mind. It is adding to what you actually have in mind. This was an order block. This is an order block. And you have a fair value gap here. This is a fair value gap. There are things that are beyond the scope of this class that actually that are beyond. This is just a free YouTube class. There are a lot of things that I can't explain to you here because this is a free class. If you want to know more about this class, I'm going to be dropping down a link to my Discord. I'm also going to drop down my WhatsApp number below this video in the description of this video. Go there, chat me on WhatsApp, Then I'll put you in my inner circle where I hold your hand every day, do a daily analysis and a daily commentary on some of the things that are happening in the markets on daily basis. See that this was liquidity, and this was liquidity too. I told you that the market does only three things: power of three, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So the market was accumulating at this particular stage. The market has manipulated. What is left? The market will start distributing. And as it is distributing, what is happening? The market is returning to a fair value gap. These are principles. These are logics. These are algorithmic statements, footprints that every professional trader needs to know for you to succeed in the market. I'm going to be dropping my WhatsApp link below this video where I actually hold your hand and teach you. Give you an in-depth analysis of what is happening in the market, hold your hand and teach you everything you need to know about the financial market. Guys, don't forget, if you like what I'm actually doing, give this video a thumbs up. Hit the notification button so that whenever I post a new video, you actually see the video and you follow up. So coming down to this particular place, you know that this is just a retracement. This is a retracement. Where is it retracing to? It is retracing to a fair value gap. So at this particular point, as a professional trader, you have your stop loss. Your stop loss will be here. You can put your stop loss here if you like. So your risk to reward now comes in this particular contest. This will be your risk to reward. So if you are risking this to make, that is, for instance, if you are risking this to make like 5R, that is 1:R. If you are able to make 1:R by trade, 1:5R by trade, and you do 10 trades in a day, and let's say your win ratio is 1:5, each trade you win 5% of your equity. Each trade you lose 1% of your equity. That is where the concept of risk management comes into play. So if you do 5 trades a day and you lose 4 and win 1 trade, if you calculate yourself inside the 5 trades, you will still be successful. You see that you win 1 and lose 4 trades, and each time you lose a trade, you lose 1% of your equity. That is 4% of your equity in the 4 trades. 1%, one of the trades that you won 1:5. So if you remove 4 from 5, you see that in the end of the day, you still be profitable. That is where the principle of risk management comes into play. So if you enter these trades here, or you even allow the market to break this structure, when the market breaks this structure, you are expected the market to return to this place. If it returns to this place, what are you expecting? You are expecting a consolidation in this market. So you can even allow it to break again so that you have a smaller stop loss. So guys, let's go to 5 minutes, and I think from 5 minutes we'll go down to 1 minute, and that will be the end of this class. That will be the end of this class. You've seen what is happening in the financial market. Okay, now coming down to this particular place, you see that the market, where did the market return? The market returned to mitigate this fair value gap, so it is offering liquidity at this particular point. See, but overall direction because it is the higher time frame that actually matters to us. It is what the direction of the higher time frame that we are using. So coming down to this place, you see that you can comfortably enter your trade anywhere you want, or you can even go to lower time frame like 1 minute. Let me check 1 minute. Let me check 1 minute. So you see that this was just a manipulation. Like I told you there are only 2 things that the market, 3 things that the market does. 2 things. Those 2 things is to offer liquidity and to liquidate the liquidity that they have actually offered already. This is support, this is resistance, this is double top, this is double bottom. You can see it here. So what do? They now offered again, they liquidated these people and offered another liquidity. They liquidated them the third time. What are they doing? When they liquidated, this was a mitigation. This was a volume imbalance. You see that the market is actually showing you where it is going. So it's left for you to understand it the way it is. This was an accumulation. The whole thing of this thing is manipulation. The whole of this thing coming down is distribution. So guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Friday Trades, where I hold your hand and teach you everything that will be happening. I'm going to be dropping my WhatsApp number below this video, where you chat me up on WhatsApp and I put you in my inner circle and teach you the secret of the financial market. The thing is that the financial market is not a scam. It is only you that don't want to calm yourself down and learn the secret of the market, how the market is built. And I am willing to show you the secret of this market. I'm willing to hold your hand and educate you on what you need to know in the market. So guys, if you like what I'm actually doing, give this video a thumbs up, share the video so that more persons will be able to see the video. I love you. I want you to succeed. Peace out.